Roman, I know there are going to be a lot of people who are very jealous that I'm speaking to you right now, especially ahead of Saturday, because I am so excited. This is such a huge match for WWE, for you as well. How are you even feeling about it going into it? Because there are so many eyes on you, probably more than there's been on any other matches in a long time.
Feel good. For me, it's business as usual. It's nice because this SummerSlam kind of marks the year anniversary of when I came back, and just the whole change and attitude, and a whole new direction for myself to be able to display this head of the table character, this tribal chief character, and go on and dominate the whole year in WWE. And then to be able to match up with a guy like John Cena, a legend in his own right, somebody who's dominating Hollywood at the moment. So for me to, be able to turn that around and dominate him at SummerSlam, it's going to be great. And like you said, there's a lot of eyeballs on this match, and this is kind of a dream matchup. Especially I think where we are now for the both of us, and we're in our careers.
100%. What do you do to get yourself kind of prepped and ready for it? You're getting the right mindset ahead of it. Have you got anything that you always do?
No, I just stick to my process. I try to treat every performance as if it's a WrestleMania caliber performance, and I think that's what makes me successful within this process, is that I'm always preparing. I'm always in preparation for that big moment, that big performance. So, I mean, literally today I was in the pool just, an hour ago before I ate breakfast, in the pool, swimming, doing laps, just trying to do different things to continue to test myself, to better myself. And progress to, the highest level that I can possibly push myself.
I feel like you are someone who is always ready to go, because that's obviously what makes you so great. And puts you at the top.
You have to be in the WWE. I mean, it literally is the deep end for entertainment. You have to be prepared to swim with the sharks. So it's something that that's one thing the WWE does well for us as performers and entertainers, is it teaches us how to be really callous and go against tough competition at all times.
Like we were saying, there are going to be so many more eyes on this, obviously, because John is kind of bringing that Hollywood kind of audience with him. When you are in front of him, like you guys were doing the promo for this, he's standing in front of you and smack talking you like that. What's going on in your head? Because you stand there and you look so calm, and there's just like a smirk on your face. What's going through your head?
It doesn't bother me at all. It's almost like a Twitter troll, you know what I mean? Sending irrelevant tweets or something like that, or terrible comments on an Instagram post. That's how creative and clever it is to me. So for me in this position, you hear these type of, toxic comments all the time. And no matter who you are, I don't care if you're, a troll sitting in your mom's basement, or you're a huge movie star like John Cena. When you have full confidence in your abilities, you've prepared properly, and you consistently operate at the highest of levels. You don't worry about what a guy who's been sitting on a Hollywood set has to say about what's about to go down in a WWE ring. So that's the thing, is, the talking is almost done. We're going to continue to talk for a few more days. Let's put a stamp on it on Friday at SmackDown in Phoenix. And then once we get to Vegas, it's not about these words anymore. It's about who's going to show up and who's going to dominate in ring, who's going to bring that big fight. And John is no slouch when it comes to being in these championship matchups. I have full respect for what he's done, but that's the past. I'm running the show nowadays. I've consistently put on incredible matches with dominating performances at that. I mean, I've been pushed by some really, really good superstars within the ring, and I've answered every single call. I mean, we've stacked legends at WrestleMania. I beat one of what is considered possibly the best wrestler in the world in Cesaro, battled crazy people like Kevin Owens. I've had to fight my own family, my own blood, Jey Uso. And to be able to beat John Cena at SummerSlam, that's the cherry on top right there.
I cannot wait. God, I wish I was in Vegas to see this. I just think it's just one of the best things that could have happened to WWE. Another amazing thing that could happen, and I know that the stars would have to align for it to happen, but for you and Dwayne or The Rock to get in the ring together, I know so many people want that as well. In your heart of hearts, do you think it could ever happen? I know that he's not in WWE right now, but he has said before that it would be an honor to fight you in the ring. Do you think anywhere down the line it could happen?
Well, I think, anything within WWE is a possibility, and like John and so many others. Anytime we have superstars who transition away from the ring, it still kind of holds on to their heart. It's like that. It's that connection that you can't really find, even on the big screen, even on a huge Hollywood set. There's nothing like a packed arena with 15, 20,000 people going nuts, living in the moment with you, being present, and getting lost in that energy. So, like you just said, a lot of people want that matchup to happen. It just, the main thing that matters is if one guy wants that matchup, or if he's prepared for that matchup, and that's The Rock, that's Dwayne. He's obviously got a lot of projects, on the horizon. He's constantly busy, and doing the work. But if he wants to get in that ring, there's nobody else other than me. We have a lot of great options, but when it comes to being in the ring, you want to be in the ring with the tribal chief and the head of the table, who's also the universal champion. So it's just a question if he's still got it in him. I don't know. Let's go ahead and just knock out one Hollywood guy, and then if anybody else in Hollywood wants it, you know where to find me.
Yes, that's the attitude. That's what's going to carry you through for sure this weekend. But obviously, you've done the same thing. We can't say, we're talking about these Hollywood stars. You yourself have obviously been up on the big screen in Hobbs. Oh,
you spun it on me. Okay, fair enough.
But no, that we can count you as a Hollywood guy as well as a WWE superstar. Are there plans to go back and do some more acting and follow in that kind of career path that is working so well for wrestlers that we've seen?
Yeah, I mean, I've always said that I want to be able to maximize my time in the ring, but it's no secret. Father time catches up to everybody. I feel great, to be honest. Physically, and especially mentally, everything feels really good. All my facilities are on point, so I'm going to push it for as long as I can. But I have to stay, realistic, and then also, be smart about my game plan, because I do have 5 children. I want to be able to be there. I want to be a present father. I want to be an active father, someone who doesn't hurt when he's trying to, teach a young child baseball, football, all the different sports. I want to be able to run around with them. And ultimately, I'm in love with creating. I'm in love with being a part of a performance. And there's just so many ways to do that. You brought up Hobbs and Shaw. One of the most fulfilling performances I've ever been a part of was when we performed the Si Vital before the big fight scene at the end. And I mean, it was like 2 or 3, all the way to like 5, 6 in the morning. And we were doing this performance. And there was no, live crowd, but it was one of the most invigorating, awesome feelings I've ever felt, within a performance, and being in that choreographed, connection with the other guys and everything. So I think there's definitely a future, and, hopefully, God willing, that it works out. But, I'm very present in what I'm doing now, and just very grateful for the opportunities that I get now.
Well, you can definitely take the heartthrob status with you to Hollywood as well. It would work for you, but I know you say you want to be there for your kids. You're already an incredible role model as it is. Everything that you've overcome and done, and still at the top of your game, like, that's already amazing. And after so many years in WWE, what do you still love about it?
There's so many parts. I mean, and even now, after being, on the main roster now for, 10 years now, almost, I'm still learning. And that's the beautiful part of it, is I'm still progressing. I'm still getting better. I'm still, able to go out there and test things, especially now being in front of a live crowd again, to take everything that I learned over the past year being in the Thunderdome and then put it in front of a live audience, to be able to go out there and experiment and test with things and put myself out there, and not necessarily succeed on everything, to go out there and fail and to figure it out and then pick yourself up the next performance and then like, oh, it worked this time. That's something that I'll always be in love with. So for me, there's still a lot that I can do, and I haven't been able to go all the way in and achieve everything that I wanted to, even within this run that I'm in now. I would love to continue to push this Universal Championship to the highest level possible, to have a crazy long reign, and shatter a few different records as far as, the longevity of this title reign. So there's still a lot of great matchups that are left out there for me, as we spoke about earlier. And really, it's just about staying healthy.
When you were growing up, who was the dream opponent for you when you were, even before you made it into WWE? Like, who did you think, God, I would love to get in the ring with them?
Bret the Hitman Hart was always my guy. I just, I enjoyed that very sports-centric, athletic type of performance that he put on. Just he was a pro wrestler's pro wrestler, you know what I mean? And his work ethic and the amount of dedication and the time that he put in, it was second to none. But then, as I got older, guys, you hear all the stories and all the respect that has been, shined on the Undertaker, which I've had a match with him, but to be able to do it again would have been awesome. To be in the meat of his career when he was in, a weekly full-time performer, would have been really awesome to do a full tour or something like that, to be able to go around the world and learn from him and experience what it's like to be in the ring with him night after night. That's how you get really good. And then I think right now, not to be too long-winded on this answer for you, but Ric Flair, the Nature Boy, is somebody who, in my own way, we're not the same type of performers or characters, but I think there's a similar light that I'm trying to shine on this portion of my legacy and this chapter of my career that he's known for: elevating all talent, being consistent and durable, for years on time, and constantly pulling the best out of every single person that steps in the ring with him. So these are traits that I'm trying to emulate.
I think you've already done an incredible job as it is, Roman. I don't think there's whether you watch WWE or not, the name Roman Reigns. Like, I think you've already got an incredible legacy, but long may it continue. Good luck on Saturday as well. Like I said, I know I'm excited for it, but God, I think I don't even know the amount of people that are just eager for this match. So let's see how it goes down. It's going to be massive.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Roman. Good luck.